So yesterday I did the thing. I streamed making my own top 10 list, getting input from the people watching. We peaked at 300 plus people watching. So I made my tier list, which is on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, I posted the tier list that me and all the other 300 people, like-minded people, made. Most of the tier list actually was more molded by the people in the chat voting on what tier each unit should be than my own opinion. Actually, a lot of the units I wanted to play somewhere, people are like, no, he doesn't deserve this place, he deserves something else, and then I put it where people were voting for. So if you want to check that tier list, is on my Twitter, is on the description. But this is the top 10. This is the top 10, which also was molded by the people watching. I actually don't necessarily agree with exactly the positions of each and every individual unit, but I do have to get from the people that was voting, and like 200 people against me. I feel like the 200 people kind of got the edge, and but it's still mostly my opinion on this top 10, and of course a little bit of a factual side of things as well. So starting off with the number 10 spot is Naruto. Naruto with his Lunar Break became such a beast. He's so relevant to the freaking meta. You know why? Because he's a skill type, so he destroys any body types, including Final Valley Sasuke, which is one of the most predominant units in the game. But he has a lot. Oh, by the way, all of the units are mentioned in max dupe state. Max dupe, they are in their max potential, or else the list wouldn't work. So let me continue. He has a lot of immobilization resistance. Immobilization is such a meta factor in this game right now, and having immobilization resistance give him the edge so much. He is such a fast unit with 297 with the ability plus the 30 from the speed pills. He's such a fast unit for someone that has 52,000 health, edging on 53,000 because he also has the health pills as well. So much health, buddy skill of dodge, which dodge, you know dodge. If you play PvP, you know dodge. He hits so hard on body types. He basically one-shots again Final Valley Sasuke, which is such a predominant unit, makes him such a good unit just from that alone, right? And also, his jutsu gives the switch ceiling for basically an eternity if you don't even kill the person who used jutsu in the first place. He does have the bad side of being a 5 and 10 unit, but because he's so tanky, you can either like have him in the second place of the rotation, and then you give him chakra and he uses the jutsu in the second turn, or you can, using the first turn, he's quite speedy, switch him up to a unit that is 4 and 10 below him. He's gonna be giving that unit a 15% chance of dodging, and when that unit is back, you can jutsu with him. That's also a strategy a lot of people use and used to use even back in the day when he came out. So he quite aged before the Lunar Break, but after he got the Lunar Break, he did go back on his place, and he is 100% deserving of being in the top 10. Number 9 is Gaara. Gaara is in the top 10 solely because he's the fastest unit in the game with 419 speed, gives damage reduction to a body skill, so you use him in the first turn or second turn and he's gonna be switched. The thing about him is that he does his job. He's the fastest unit, he goes there, gets switched to the unit below, and the unit below jutsus, right? So he gives that unit also 20% damage reduction on top of what he's already done. And as I already mentioned with Naruto, immobilization is such a big deal, and he has immobilization resistance, 75%. He's not getting immobilized, okay? He's not getting. Plus, he tanks Wisdom, which is the type that it actually deals damage against him. He could have been higher if his jutsu was a little bit better, because he doesn't do too much damage. He's a fast unit, right? He's meant to be a fast unit. He still does a good amount of damage. He still has low HP, but again, it's because he's a fast unit. And Final Valley Sasuke demolishes him. That's the only reason why he's not above where he is, but he's still a phenomenal unit. You can't deny that, you just cannot deny that. Moving on to number 8, we have Blazing Bash Hinata, which is the same thing about all 3 of these units. They were units that were getting edged, they were getting outdated in the Lunar Break, just pull them back in. I mean, when they came out, they were meta, so when they got the Limit Break, it was evident that they would be meta again. So Hinata is meta again. She has as much health as OT Naruto pretty much, but she is almost as fast as Gaara. So she has the best of both worlds from OT Naruto and Gaara. Plus, if you put a Wisdom unit behind her, she's attack boosting that unit by a lot. That is inferior to the body skills of the other two, but still really, really good. Damage reduction on top of the fact that she already has the highest frick health, and she is a 4 and 8 unit. So even if you don't have a unit below her, I mean, you're probably gonna have a unit below her, but I'm saying if you have like a 5 and 10 unit below her that you wanna use the normal jutsu in the later turn, you can use her as a normal jutsu unit, like not like Gaara and OT, because they are 5 and 10 units, but Hinata gets the edge on being a 4 and 10, 4 and 8 I mean, and not only that, but her normal jutsu actually deals a very decent amount of damage considering how fast she is, and again considering that it's 4 and 8. She is a phenomenal unit. I would say out of the three, she doesn't need dupes, but the 20% damage reduction is just so OP considering the fact that she already has such high health, right? You kind of have to like see her as she gets 20% extra health, kind of, because there are units that do ignore damage reduction, but let's say she kind of has 20% extra health. So, incredible unit, deserving of the number 8 spot. Now, number 7 is the first unit that I actually wanted to be a little bit below, but the stream was like, no, he deserves this spot, which is Final Valley Sasuke. The reason why Final Valley Sasuke is so good is because his normal jutsu hits pretty much the entire map, which is a big deal, and he has this ability right here. This ability, when he came out, I was not a fan of this ability. I thought it was not going to be good, but if you jutsu with Sasuke, he becomes a long range unit. And if you push someone towards Sasuke with, let's say, Final Valley Naruto, which is a unit that pushes someone very easily, or other units that pushes him, right? Sasuke demolishes that unit with the ×2 damage. And let's say that person has Gaara. Gaara is going to be taking extra 40% damage from Sasuke, a body type. He pretty much does a type advantage damage on Heart, Bravery, and Wisdom. That's why he's so strong. And maybe, let's say you get a reset with him. Next turn, maybe he's gonna get an ultimate, because when you jutsu with him, not only you hit the entire map, but you also get a free chakra as well. And let's say you hit 2 of his units, that's a free chakra for everyone in the field too, from your team, from your team side. So Sasuke does become a phenomenal unit because of that. And also, he pretty much ignores type disadvantage against skill as well. Yeah, I think there's nothing else to be said. He's just phenomenal, and that's it. He's really, really good. Number 6, though, is Final Valley Naruto. And that's where... What? Why isn't he number 1? The stream said, and I agree that he's not above where he is, but it doesn't take anything from his merit. He doesn't take damage from Bravery and Wisdom. Period. Bravery and Wisdom towards him is like a skill type. He's kind of the opposite of Final Valley Sasuke, right? Final Valley Sasuke has type advantage against Bravery and Wisdom in the way that he does damage. Final Valley Naruto has type advantage against Bravery and Wisdom in the way that he doesn't take damage. And that's a big deal considering that, of course, Bravery and Wisdom types are 2 of the 5 main types in the game. That's pretty good. Now let's also counter the fact that he has boost critical rate, which is really phenomenal. If you put a critical rate extra unit below him as a buddy skill, he's going to be hitting those crits very, very often, and critical hits increase damage by 1.5 times, which is enough to kill some skill units that people use in the field, like, let's say, Seijo 6 Uzumaki, the skill type, which is a very predominant unit. You guys, if you play PvP, you see him very much, and Final Valley Naruto, if you get the critical hit, you insta-kill that unit. So, yeah, that's a pretty good ability, I would say so myself. But let's say you get a reset with your jutsu that hits pretty much the whole map, just like Sasuke's. Your jutsu, again, hits the whole map pretty much. And you get a reset with him. Maybe next time he comes back, he has the ultimate that ignores perfect dodge attack. He removes perfect dodge, I'm sorry. He not only ignores that, but he removes perfect dodge, attack boost, and barrier, and ignores substitution, and pretty much one-shots every single unit in the game. Pretty much, unless they're body type. you're gonna be one-shotting any unit in the game if you do get the reset, and maybe next time he comes back he has the full chakra for an ultimate. And it's gonna be difficult to kill him because he does have a very good amount of health, 44k, 45k, and also he tanks Bravery and Wisdom, so there's 2 types right there. And skill, of course, skill also being the typing that he is predominant against. So there's 3 typings that pretty much do no damage on him. That's why he's so good. That right there. Oh yeah, and did I say that he hits the whole map? Yeah, yeah, he hits the whole map. Moving on though to number 5, which is Sage Mode Naruto. Free-to-play unit! Sage Mode Naruto. You guys may look at him and think, whoa, why? Again, let's factor in that he's max duped. Because a max duped Sage Mode Naruto is so much more effective than an unduped Sage Mode Naruto. He, first of all, is the unit that I was mentioning with the increased critical rate for Final Fight Naruto. I use the Sage Mode Naruto plus Final Fight Naruto combo all the time. He makes Final Fight Naruto have the extra crit, and it's so strong. But let me continue. With the abilities, he has 42,000 health for a unit that is super fast. 363 speed, that's really fast. He ignores dodge, and he nullifies immobilization. You know where when I praise Gaara in OT for having immobilization resistance? He outright ignores immobilization. He can't be immobilized. And ignoring substitution is such a huge deal because, as I mentioned about Sage 6 Paths Modular skill, he's such a predominant unit on PvP. He's never gonna dodge him. You're never gonna miss him, and you're gonna absolutely demolish him because his jutsu is pretty much a one-shot on him. I'm not sure. I think he is a one-shot. So, especially if you have Final Fight Naruto behind him giving the attack boost, I'm pretty sure it's a one-shot. So yeah, he's countering basically half of the teams because for some reason people love to use that skill module. And okay, but now let's talk about the jutsu. All of that was just praising his existence. Now let's talk about how strong his jutsu is. His jutsu literally throws your unit back in the speed gauge and switches them up for 3 seconds. This says 3 turns, but it's 3 seconds, I think. I hope it is 3 seconds. And that's so OP. You switch them up and you make them go back in the speed gauge. Already making them go back in the speed gauge is super OP, but switching them up is just an icing in the cake. It's so strong. Sage Mode Naruto is such a strong unit. And being free to play, I mean, you have to give him acquisition stones because he cannot get dupes. But it's so worth it. I'm gonna be working on mine soon because, of course, being someone that doesn't spend so much money in the game, you kind of have to dupe all of your units, and it's so difficult to dupe him because, again, you need 4 acquisition stones. But once he's duped, he deserves a 5th spot on being the 5th best unit in the game for PvP. Moving on to number 4 is Kidding Sasuke, another free-to-play unit, and a free-to-play unit that you can red ultimate super easily. And why is he so good? Well, he is the reason why all of these units are being praised with the immobilization resistance, right? Because Kidding Sasuke, I want to say, is one of the most overused units in PvP, and he has a 90% chance of immobilization for 2 seconds. 2 seconds. It's 1 second right here, but he does have an ability that extends for 1. And again, we're counting them as max duped, and you're always going to have a max dupe because it's free to play. And on top of being immobilizing your enemy for 2 seconds, by the way, 2 seconds, you can think, oh, it's just 2 seconds. 2 seconds is forever in a PvP match. It literally is forever. So you're basically immobilizing him forever. Plus, you can get a reset to immobilize him again once he gets out of that immobilization, and you also boost your lead by 10, which can grant you some speed ties a lot of the time. And that's pretty much why he is the 4th best PvP unit. Just that immobilization alone, that's why he's so good. And again, he's super overused, which is why this unit is so good because of the immobilization resistance. And Gaara and OT, he makes units good just because of his existence. That's how strong he is. But let's say they release a unit that is Kidding Sasuke, but immobilizes for 1 more second. That's Shikamaru. Global doesn't have this unit by the time I'm recording this video, but he's gonna come out on Global tomorrow. He is Kidding Sasuke on the fact that he has 90% chance of immobilization. but it's for 3 seconds. That's pretty much it. He's literally killing Sasuke, but for 1 more second. Why? I don't know. The difference being is that he's summonable. Killing Sasuke is free to play, but we're still counting him as max duped. Not only that, but he also cannot be immobilized. 90%, no unit is above 90% immobilization. So he ignores immobilization, and he has a 25% chance. He's pretty much killing Sasuke, but better. There's no other, like... Yeah, he's just killing Sasuke, but better. 25% chance of resetting instead of 15%. So, you know, immobilize the character, you get the reset, immobilize him again. Boom. Absolutely disgusting. Why did they even make this? Oh, one more thing. He gets an extra point for being in the Hidden Leaf affiliation. A lot of units have affiliations with Hidden Leaf that are really, really good. Syncing with Hidden Leaf for Sasuke nullifies immobilization. Syncing with Hidden Leaf for Naruto nullifies jutsu sealing, and a lot of other units also have that. Killing Sasuke doesn't. It doesn't have Hidden Leaf. Being Hidden Leaf for Shikamaru is even an extra buff on top of everything. Plus he also gets an attack boost syncing with Hidden Leaf. So that's also, again, an icing on the cake about his existence. His existence makes other units better. So, absolutely busted, by the way. But what could be better than him? Well, I agree with my number 2 spot, and my chat agreed with me when I was making the list. It's Blazing Bash Minato. Blazing Bash Minato is such an overpowered unit, it's not even funny. When you look at him, you think, oh, he's just a quickie unit, he's not even as fast as Hinata, but you know what, he's kind of OP. So let me start with his field skill. His field skill gives 20 to 25% chance of dodging. You don't see this as often as I feel like you would, but once it procs, it can be so annoying. It's so annoying. His existence in the field close to his allies giving them dodge is just absolutely insane. But his skill reduces chance of being immobilized, which again, as we already established, immobilization is a pretty predominant unit. If he's synced with Wisdom, so let's say you have 2 Hinatas in the field, he nullifies mobilization himself, which is really, really good. He tanks Wisdom and Bravery, Bravery being the typing that technically does increase damage against him, so he technically takes neutral damage from Wisdom, kind of. I mean, from Bravery. He takes lesser damage from Wisdom, which is a very predominant typing, given that killing Sasuke is, I want to say, the most overused unit in PvP, either him or Final Fight Naruto. But he's very predominant. So that's where we are at. Plus, he increases damage against Bravery and Wisdom. That almost one-shots Blazing Bash Gaara. His normal jutsu, which he's a 3 and 6 unit, that we're gonna get in there in a second, but he's a 3 and 6 unit. He already starts with a chakra, even with a jutsu, I mean. Even if he gets chakra sealed, he already has a jutsu. He is gonna almost one-shot Gaara if you decide to jutsu, but let's talk about his normal jutsu. His normal jutsu is a 7 times towards 1, does 13 hits. So if you have a Final Fight Naruto in the field and you get a normal attack with Final Fight Naruto, that's a guaranteed ultra combo. Or this Sage Naruto, also if you land, but I say Final Fight Naruto because it's a vast range typing, right? You're gonna get a ultra combo, give your entire team a chakra for free. And then you have 80% chance of attack weakening is pretty good, but 70% chance of switch sealing for 3 turns and chakra recovery seal. Let's say you jutsu a character is a 4 and 8 like Final Fight Naruto, and then you chakra seal him and switch seal him. That entire lane is useless. It's useless. There's nothing that person can do with that lane because he doesn't have chakra and he can't switch to his unit in the back. That would be a jutsu. Now, let's talk about the reason why I love him. I absolutely adore this unit because of his ultimate. Being 3 and 6 unit that has a lot of health, 37,000 is no slouch, considering he has 383 speed. His ultimate is a 16 times, he basically one-shots almost everything. And you make them go back in the chakra gauge, in the speed gauge, and reduce their chakra by 2. It's huge. It's huge. You counter so many teams because of this ult alone. This ult is almost a game changer. It's almost a game winner. So if you get the ult off, which is really easy because it's a 3 and 6 chakra, it's not like getting an ultimate from, let's say, Hinata, which is an 8 chakra unit. He's only 6, you start with 3 already, and you get 4 if you move the first time. So it's super easy to get his ultimate. You get the ultimate, it's pretty much a winner. You pretty much win the game. But there is a unit that has Minato's ultimate in his normal jutsu. Minato, which I'm giving praise to, there is a unit that has his ultimate in his normal jutsu, which is Obito. Everyone agreed, right? Obito is the best unit in the game. He is the best unit since he came out. But let's see why he's so good, right? He has a buddy of dodging, which we already talked about. Dodging is literally not taking damage. Jujutsu Final Fight Sasuke, the opponent dodges, yeah, you can go screw yourself. But let's talk about his normal jutsu because it is where it matters. His normal jutsu is a 7.2 towards 1, knocks them back, gives him chakra ceiling if you do land the 60%, and reduces their chakra by 2. And you roll them back in the speed gauge. And that rolling back in the speed gauge is basically the entire speed gauge. That's Minato's ultimate in a normal jutsu that you already start with because he's 4 and 8. He's not even 5 and 10 to be balanced, he's 4 and 8. And you can get a reset on that. And he has 20% of dodging. And you increase the thing of 60% to 70%. Absolutely broken. He's absolutely broken. I'm so bitter that I don't have him. And he has pretty much Minato's health. He's not as fast as Minato, but it doesn't matter because you use him in the back of other units. You give them dodge. Like, let's say you have him below Gaara, which is the fastest unit. You start the game with him, and you just jutsu your opponent's lane. That lane is going back and it's useless for a lot of time. He's the best unit in the game. If he's in a banner, summon for that banner, because it's your best opportunity of getting the best unit in the game. Thank you guys for watching. This is the top 10 best PvP units. Again, made by me and 300 people watching, so I feel like it's a pretty confident list. And it's a long video. So thank you for watching until the end. And please subscribe. And please, I don't know, have a good day.